Welcome back, FCS 2250 Computer Applications students, to the second part of our two-part series where we're only really working on slide 2 and now we're going to work on our animations. We've got our vehicle looking good. We're now going to animate that as well as some text. So I'm on page PPT 176, PowerPoint 176, and I'm on direction number 1, and it tells us, so if you're not on slide 2, please go ahead and select slide 2, as it says in our first direction, and then make sure that we click on the vehicle, and then make sure that we are on the animation ribbon. So we want to go ahead and select our animation ribbon. And our second bulleted point for direction number 1 says, if you're again using the mouse, go ahead and choose the fly in the animation pane there. So we're going to go ahead and choose fly in, and as you see, the vehicle now flies in, and we should have a number 1 here. And if you look at figure 3-53, things are looking good so far. Alright, we're going to jump over to page 177 now, direction number 1, and it says tap or click the Effect Options button. So that's in the Animation tab, which we're in the Animation, and we want the Effect Options button, which is located right here. And now we're going to choose for it to fly in from the top left, and it's going to give us a little preview, and there we go. All right, and now direction number 2 says tap or click from the top left, which, excuse me, we just did. I'm going to now jump down to direction number 1 at the bottom of page 177, and it says to select the car illustration. So let's go ahead and make sure we select it. We'll probably be doing that a lot. And then we need to click the Add Animation button. So we need to choose the Add Animation button in the Advanced Animation group, and what we need to do then is we need to choose, go ahead and flip the page. I'm actually going to now jump over to page number 178, direction number 2, and it says for us to choose the teeter, if you will, in the emphasis area. So let's go ahead and choose teeter, and now you can see our vehicle teetering a little bit, and now you see a number 2 right there. And once again, if we look at figure 356, it shows that we have a number 2 as well. So we're jumping down now to direction number 1 at the bottom of page 178. It says select the car again, and then we need to tap or click the Add Animation button. So Add Animation. And now what we're going to do is we need to scroll down to the Exit area, and we need to choose the Fly Out option from the Exit grouping. Fly Out. And now our picture has gone, and we have a 1, 2, and 3 according to figure 358 on page 179. Things are going pretty well. Now we're on the bottom of page 179, and I'm on direction number 1, and it says tap or click the Effect Options button in the Animation pane here. So first of all, you want to make sure that your number 3 is still active, and you can see that my number 3 is a slightly different shade of pink, if you will, than the others. So we're still on that. We're going to add animation, and we need to choose for it to fly out to the bottom right, and we're going to get a little preview of that. Beautiful. That's what we need. So now I'm going to flip to page 180, and I'm on direction number 1, and it says tap or click the Preview button. So Preview, we're going to see what it looks like so far, coming in from the top right, tweetering, and then moving to the bottom right hand corner of our page. Things look really good there. So now we're going to jump down to direction number 1 on the bottom of page 180. Tap or click the tag number 1. Alright, so we need to click on tag number 1. So we're working with the entrance now. And now we are going to, excuse me, go to our Animation tab, the Timing group, to display the Start menu. Alright, so here we are in the Timing group. We're going to work with this area here, and it says to tap or click the After Previous to change the Start option. So Start, we're going to click on this arrow, and we're going to choose after previous. That's what we need. And I'm on direction number 2 over on page 181, after previous. Now it says tap or click the duration up arrow from a half a second to, I believe, 2 seconds. Right there, our duration for 2 seconds. And now it's going to say, hey, let's go ahead and try to preview that again. And you're going to see now that that car is slowing down. Instead of taking a half a second to enter, it is now taking 2 seconds to enter. And you can see then, according to page 362, or the figure 362 on the bottom of page 181, that because we chose for this to start with after previous, this is now turned into a 0 because it's starting after this previous information. So now, things are looking pretty good so far. Let's jump to page 182, and we need to tap or click. Well, let me go back real quick. I just want to make sure I'm giving you the right information, and I am. So now we need to, now I'm on page 182 again, and we need to increase the delay from 0 seconds to 4. What this is going to do is it's going to give us some time before that vehicle actually enters into the screen itself, by about 4 seconds. And again, we're going to preview that. So if you count your Mississippis, and about 4 of them, the vehicle now enters into the screen and still exits kind of fast, but we're going to work on that. Which now we're at the bottom of page 182 on direction number 1. It says tap or click the number 1 now, and now we're working on the tweetering, if you will, which represents the emphasis effect on the left side of the car illustration. Tap or click the start arrow animations to display the start menu, and then click after previous. So again, start instead of on click, we're going to choose after previous. So after it comes in, now we're going to work on that. And we want the duration for that to be 3 seconds. So we're going to jump up to 3 seconds. Now we need to tap or click the number 1. And we need to go ahead and choose the start arrow and choose to start after previous. We're now over on page 183, and it tells us to click the duration up arrow to 4 seconds. Oh, one too far. There we go, 4 seconds. Let's go ahead and preview that again. Waiting about 4 seconds or so. It's going to come in. There's a little bit slower tweeter there, and then exit nice and slow at about a 4-second pace. So now we need to animate the content placeholder, if you will. So double click or tap slide to content placeholder. This is our content of our page. So we're going to just click, that's our title. We need our content placeholder, and now we're in the right location. And we're going to now tap or click the More button in the animation group. So here's our animation group. It tells us right here. And we need to click the More option, which is located right here. And that brings us a bunch. And now we need to flip the page. And I'm on page 184. Tap or click the Fade Entrance effect. So I'm going to work on our entrance. I'm going to choose Fade. And you can see how those are fading in now. Change the Start option to With Previous. So instead of after previous, with previous. There we are. And now change the duration time to 2 seconds. Let's jump that duration up to 2 seconds. I'm on direction 4 now on page 184, and it tells us to tap or click the Add Animation button. So we need to add animation. And then tap or click the Font Color Emphasis. The Font Color Emphasis is in the last effect in the 3rd row. So if we go down to our 3rd row, dealing with emphasis now, 3rd row, jumping to the last one, Font Color. And that's what we want to choose right there. And now it says change the Start option to After Previous. So instead of with previous, after previous. We're now on direction number 5 on page 184, and it says tap or click the Add Animation button and then click the underline emphasis. So let's go ahead and choose add animation. And we're in our emphasis group again, and we're going to choose underline. And you can see now that's putting some underline underneath it. And then change the start option to be with previous. So instead of after, with. All right, and those are all jumping back to zeros, so they're all going to kind of do that at the same time. So let's go ahead and preview this. So let's go ahead and choose preview. And now, after about 4 seconds, our vehicle will come in, and then it will exit, and now this data will appear, and it's changing its color. We chose the font color to be changed, and after the font color is changed, for it to be highlighted, or excuse me, underlined. Let's go ahead and check that out in the actual presentation mode. This is what I'll be looking at when I grade your show. So here we are on the second screen. The vehicle is coming in. Once again, we've already edited some of the background of it, the tires and everything. It's moving away nice and slow. The text is coming in. It's changing colors. And last but not least, it will underline. And there we go. That is slide 2. I know we still have more information, as you can read in my directions in lesson 6. You're still responsible for the directions before our first series video, between the first and second series video, and then also the directions after that. So there are directions before, between, and after these 2 series. Once again, this was just dealing with slide 2 in itself. So I hope that helps everybody out, but those are the items that I'll be looking for. So if you have any questions, once again, please email me.